just came down to a little bit of operation, just being able to run operation the best, and we felt we just had a little bit of a nod over him. But I mean, it was extremely hard. Like I was up for a long time just trying to figure this out. This wasn't just like that. It'd have been easier if it was a no-brainer, but it was a complete battle. So.
Given how close it was, do you plan to play Ricky against Tennessee, or do you just say no? We got to pick a guy and
No, I plan on just going out with our quarterback, with Steve. Right, Steve's the quarterback, and that's what we're gonna go out with.
In the conversations that you had with Steve, after you talked to him about how he's going to be the starter, did you talk to him at all about expectations? You know, how he is expected to kind of lead the team and operate?
Yeah, somewhat, but it was more so about him being the best version of himself, being the leader that our football team needs, making sure that he understands what being a quarterback at Syracuse means, being able to represent the S. You have McPherson, McNabb, so many guys, McCord, all those guys that play quarterback here, and just understanding, knowing who played before him, appreciating that, and just he gets the opportunity to follow in their footsteps. So being a quarterback here means a lot.
Coach, what are some of the intangibles that you saw from Steve Angeli, not just the quarterback, but the person that made you feel like he was the right guy under center?
He was just a natural leader. A lot of the guys gravitated towards him. He makes it his business to make personal relationships with everyone. I think that's what really good quarterbacks do. But it's just his leadership. That was pretty much it. It was just the leadership that I've seen from him. It was really good. And then he just he's himself. You know, he didn't try to change or be anybody different. He was more so himself, so that meant a lot to us.
What was the conversation with Ricky, and what's the plan for him moving forward as the backup?
Ricky one play away from being in the game. Ricky's a good player. It was really, really close. So when it's close, it gives you as a coach a sense of, okay, if something happens and he has to go in, then we're fine because of how close the battle was. So, I mean, that's something that was great for us to see as a staff, knowing that both of those guys are that close. It makes you just coach with a little bit of confidence, a little bit of freedom, understand if something happens to him, the next guy will be just as good to be able to go in and help us be able to win games.
How did Ricky react when he heard the news?
Ricky's a grown man. He said, all right, I'm going to keep working. He want to help Steve be the best version of himself. I talked to them about what happened with the quarterbacks last year. We felt as though Mike Johnson did a really, really good job, and he helped Kyle a lot. You know, they watched film a lot. They met together on their own a lot. He told him what he saw when he came off the field. So, you know, he wants to do that. Ricky's all about helping us win. So it was tough for him to be able to probably hearing that and listening to that. But he's a grown man. He's a growing man. And he's one play away from being the quarterback, right?
Yeah. What could he have done differently to keep his starting job?
I'm not really sure if there was nothing he could have done different. He did everything that he could possibly do. We competed their butts off, right? They competed well. He's a really good quarterback.
What was the conversation with Angeli like, and how did he react?
I met with him all together, right? I'm not a guy that's going to have other guys in the room and meet with this one and then tell that one. We just had a grown man conversation as us, and we sat there and we talked, and I told him what it was, what it's going to be, and why it was. And I left the room open for guys to speak back, you know, being able to talk by myself, both quarterbacks, the quarterback coach and the offensive coordinator. We all sat down and we talked together like men to make sure everybody understood, because everyone in that room deserved that respect, and I wanted to make sure I gave them that respect. And I just don't like other conversations, right? We did it all together, and then we told our team together, so everybody found out about everything together, right? But it was us first, then we went to the team. I mean, we're a family, right? Family talks about our stuff before it got out. It was important that we all talked about it and done everything together, and we handled it like men, right? We may not always like the information and what we hear, but, you know, we'll embrace it, understand it, and we're all here to make sure we get everybody better, right? Those guys are pushing me, I'm pushing them, and we're trying to reach our mission, right? Be on our final goal, which is for us to try and go and win, compete, to win a championship.
Fran, you were saying last week that you were looking for a guy the team gravitates towards. What were some examples that Steve did that?
Steve's just a really good player. He was really, really good. I mean, he our quarterback. Y'all asking me the same question in different ways. I told him he got great leadership. He's a good leader. He's been a winner. He's been winning since he was in high school at Bergen. He went to Notre Dame, they won. He's here. God willing, he does the same thing, and then his leadership takes him on to the next level after this, and we just keep winning. But he's a winner, and he's just a man, right? He's a grown man, and I love his maturity. I love his leadership.
Did you know that the news was going to break nationally a few hours before we all arrived here today?
I really, I didn't pay attention. I was just worrying about making sure we had fastball started right and things of that nature, right? We have, you guys look at it, I already said we wasn't going to win a lot of games. We got the hardest schedule in the world, so I'm really not focused on the stories or any of that. I'm just focused on making sure I help these young men reach their goals, right? A lot of people came here. There's a lot of kids committed here. There's so many people in the Syracuse family that we got so many other things to worry about more important than
Coach,
you're breaking.
being able to make that decision, have that QB1 slot filled on the depth chart, what does that do for you? Or is it a different mentality now? Now you can get down to the work, or?
Nah, we still got to work. Nothing's ever set in stone. That he's our quarterback, yes, but just things happen, right? That's the present, right? But I don't know. This is God's land, right? So I don't know what tomorrow brings or what other things of that nature. But I'm very blessed and happy that he's the quarterback. I'm happy that our team knows who's the leader of the football team and who they get to follow. So that means a lot that the guys get to know, okay, this is the guy, let's go get him, right? Let's go follow him. Hey, take us to the promised land.
How much did the fact Steve had a little bit, I guess, more in-game reps at Notre Dame than Ricky, did that play at all into your decision at all?
Naturally, a little bit. You look at some of the games he played in and you watch it. It may a little bit. To say it wouldn't, it'll be a lie, and I don't want to look you in your face and lie to you, so it did play a good part of it.
When Steve entered that game last year in the College Football Playoff against Penn State, what traits did you see in him that could make you think that he could be a really successful full-time starter?
He just went in with poised. They went down and got points on the board, right? Without that drive, I'm not sure, those guys they make it all the way like that, right? That was a big drive for that program, and good coaching, so I'm hoping that I can give him that same poise that he had there when he goes in.
Coach, I'm not going to ask an angelic question, but you're playing a lot of good offenses this year. Can you talk about the importance of physicality at the cornerback position and what you're expecting out of that group this season?
We're just trying not to get beat deep. Yeah, that's the goal. Don't get beat deep. Play with good eyes. Come up and tackle. Yeah,
Fran, did you and the staff come up with any other starting decisions around the rest of the depth chart?
Everybody competing. We still in camp, right? We'll start to think about a little bit. Start to work on our opponent next week and start to do that. But we're in camp and we're just focused. We're focused on trying to become a more disciplined, detailed, accountable, relentless, and tough team. To be honest, we're just working on our core values being ingrained in us, so that way we can go out and compete the right way. So that way we represent the S the way it's supposed to be represented.
Last quarterback question for me. In the spring, you got on the soapbox after everything with Trevor, and you defended Ricky to the whole world. What's been your message to him from then to now about blocking out the outside noise?
My message to who? Ricky?
Ricky, yeah.
Just stay focused. I don't really pay attention to the outside noise. You asking me these questions today, and you guys are asking me, but you're going to be the same one. Something don't go right that's going to trash me tomorrow. So, really paying attention to that doesn't, affect our relationship and how we're trying to grow and how I'm trying to help him grow as a man. I'm trying to help him grow in his faith, making sure that he gets his degree and things of that nature. So it's just the things that we can handle, we have to focus on that. But the outside noise, you can never handle someone else speaking or writing or saying something. So I just tell them to just focus on the things that we can handle. Let's focus on getting closer with our man above, getting closer to finishing that degree, and just being a better football player. To me, those things are extremely important.
Fran, in this last week of fall camp, what do you want to see from the offense, from the defense, in order to elevate one step further before game week?
Dart, CCT. I want us to be more. We have to make sure that our culture is who we are. You just got to get deeper in the culture, right? Deeper in the culture. Just keep playing, play for each other. Relationships grow tighter, right? Start getting upset with Coach Fran, and all of them supposed to be together against me, right? You guys still doing this? We still here this late? We still doing this? All those things that build a football team. I hope that continues to just get ingrained into the program, and they just become a lot closer and just start to love each other even more.
With a couple of scrimmages under your belt, just what you have seen, offense, defense, and special teams wise, as we are a little bit over a week from game week.
What I've seen?
Yeah, just what's kind of stuck out up to this point.
We're trying to play together. We got good coaches that are working and helping these players get better. We're a young team, right? We're young. We're really, really young, but we're talented. So just got to make sure that these young, talented players are able to focus and be very attention to detail. We have to execute, right? The more that we execute, the better football team will be because we have the talent. We're just a little bit young.
One of the veteran
Demetrius has
guys.
said he's gone like a 50-50 split with offense and defense. I guess, is that accurate? And if it is, why'd you go that route versus maybe focusing a little bit more on defense?
Kids always see the numbers that they see, or what's one of the plays he might have liked the most. But he's starting corner, and he's one of the wideouts. So he's a starting corner, but he's one of the wide receivers. So I would say if he's going to say 50-50, I don't want to be too far off from him. So I'm going to say 60-40, right? But he's starting corner, right? And he's going to play wide receiver, but he's our starting corner.
Do you have like an amount of plays you want to get him in on offense? Just because I don't imagine you want him to play 140.
It's whatever his body allows him to do, right? As we're in practice over these few days, and he's able to do and keep going, whatever his body allows him to do. He's in shape kid, right? He runs around hard. He runs to the ball. He's a good athlete. He's big, so it's whatever his body allows him to do. I don't really have a number, right? I don't have a number.
What do you feel like you learned from having a quarterback battle and having to make sure that you know, in your own words, that the players feel like they are heard by you, that you're listening to them, making sure everyone feels valued, but also knowing you have to pick a QB1?
I listen to our players. I listen to the team, right? I listen to the coaches. I told you guys in the beginning that for me, I wanted to be a better listener. So I listen and I watch, right? I can see a lot. I listen, but I watch. I make sure I watch, and I just go through everything over and over. And I think all night. I don't sleep, to be honest. So I'm just always thinking and listening and watching and just trying to replay stuff and want to make sure I make the right decision because these are young men's lives on the line, right? This is all their dreams, goals, aspirations. They put a lot of hope and faith into myself, to be honest, right? They came here counting on me to be able to help them get to where they want to get to. So it's important that I'm able to help them do that, right? Sometimes it may not happen here, but it's important that we build the right relationship so they know that the information they get from me is 100% the truth, right? And there's no BS in it. And I think as long as they know I'm not BSing them, I can show them how to grow through those tough times, right? Be able to get there and be able to lean on the man above, right, to help you get through it and just keep focusing and just stay focused and lock in and push and just don't worry about proving others wrong. Just keep proving yourself right and just keep working and keep working.
Why don't you sleep at night? Like, what's keeping you up?
Say that again?
Why don't you sleep at night? What's keeping you up?
I mean, I'm responsible. I'm the head football coach at Syracuse University. I have 124 players on our football team. I got 56 staff members who all has families and wives and things. So every decision I make, it doesn't just affect me, it affects everyone, right? So I want to make sure I do it right. Now, I go to sleep, but I probably don't sleep as much as you or other people, right? I get about 5-6 hours maybe. 6 would be great if I get that all the time. But I'm on go. Like I want to win, not just, I want to win the day. I want to win at life, right? To be able to do that, you got to be ready, you got to be up. I heard our president sleeps like 4 hours a day, and I think they say, he's super successful, so that's what he did to be able to get to where he's at and doing it. So, I think I'm sleeping too long.
Fran,
Take
how's
2
the,
more for Coach.
How's the offensive line settling in as you get closer to game week?
We're getting better. We still got some ways to go, but we're getting better, communicating together more. You can see them starting to have that continuity with each other and understanding each other, being able to communicate and trust each other more. So we're getting better. I think both lines are doing a good job.
At your kicker spot, you're seeing any separation there? Are you ready to name a guy, or how do you
Tripp
assess
did a
that
lot
right
better
now?
this weekend. Tripp did better. Jaden O was winning for a while, but Tripp lately has been more so just on point and doing the right thing. Jack's the punter. Jack can kick too. Jack's the guy, so Jack can do that.
You were more smart enough.
But they were competing. I think Tripp, he's been just a little bit more solid when it comes to all the kicking, but Jaden O he's been really doing a great job on kickoffs, right? So it's kind of he kicking off, he the field goal right now, and just those guys, and then Stengel's winning the long snapping competition. When it comes to the punter, he's beating Franny. Like, actually, he's a lot better than Franny at that right at the moment. And then Franny and him are pretty close when it comes to field goals. So Franny got that down pat. So we got a lot of guys on specials right now that's all competing. Doing a good job. I'm actually happy for Franny to be able to teach himself and learn how to do that. And David Jacobs came and helped him a lot too. So that's a good deal for us.
Last one.
Daryl Gill's a guy, obviously, who had a sort of breakout second half of the year. Just what have you seen from his progression kind of over the last 12 months?
Just Gil's maturing. Gil's at the time of his life right now where he knows where he can go at, and now he got to take it. You know, it's like, I know what I can do, and it's almost scary, right? Because, like, dang, it's really right there, but he got to take it, and that's up to myself and Coach Miles. We got to.
You'll need to unlock your.
Myself and Coach Miles, we got to put him in the right position of being able to take it. We got to make sure we continue to teach him, and I talk to the guys about humble confidence. We're all humble enough and understand and know that the man above gave us all this talent, but we're confident because we put the work in. So let's not forget that you are putting the work in, and he's giving you this opportunity and this platform, so go take advantage of it. And I think when he truly believes it, feels it with all of the energy in his body, then he'll be a superstar.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Fran.
Fran.